What's up, guys? My name is Gokon137 and welcome to the first ever Bearwood Park Developer Podcast. Today we have a good amount of the developer team with us over here, and we'll be answering a bunch of questions from you guys. You can ask us anything about the game, about life, whatever it may be, and we are here to answer all of your questions. And today with us we have 4 admins, 4 designers, a music producer, and I'm going to go ahead and give them all the chance to introduce themselves. Alright, let's go ahead and get started off with the admin team. Alright, so Macy, go ahead.
Hello everybody, I am Macy, and, do we need to do a big introduction? I can just say a name.
Yeah, names are perfect.
Yeah, okay, I'm Macy.
Alright, Hal.
Hello. Hi.
Swidge.
Hi, I'm Swidge.
Alright, Maro.
Yo, I'm Mario.
Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat.
Poka.
Hello, I'm Poka.
And Toon.
I'm Toon IRL. Hi.
Alright, perfect. So on our Patreon page, we gave you guys the opportunity to ask us questions. And this was available to our silver campers and up. And a handful of you guys did ask some questions, which we have listed over here. And we're going to go ahead and walk through them, answer them. And of course, we can't reveal everything because some stuff is kind of in the works and behind the scenes. But we will do our best to be as transparent as possible with you guys. So the first question comes from Blueberry. And Blueberry's asking, would we be able to have our own little bear homes? Yes, there will be bear homes, and we're going to call them cabins. There's a lot going on behind the scenes in terms of cabins. Super stoked to kind of show you guys sneak peeks to see how that's kind of turning out.
Usually when we work on this types of things, we are divided by the team. So of course, war design team would have to do the cabins because it's all about backgrounds and environment and whatnot. But we are pretty sure that it's going to be a joint effort between the 2D team and the word design team. So I think that's going to be pretty cool about the cabins themselves.
Also me.
Yeah.
The music is all me.
That's true. Mero has been producing some amazing tracks for the park. And yeah, cabins are going to be a super cool feature. Of course, with Bearwood Park, our goal is to deviate from the norm, right? Like, you have a bunch of virtual worlds that have already been out, a bunch of virtual worlds that you guys have enjoyed. But with Bearwood Park, we are trying to bring virtual worlds to the next generation. And that's why we're developing it in HTML5. That's why I won't be using Flash. And there will be components of Bearwood Park that you guys have never seen in other games before, and we really do hope that you enjoy it. Moving on to the next question. Blueberry also asked, will we have pets of some sort? Now, this is a great question. Guys, will we have pets?
The answer is yes. Should we tell them what they will be? Or should we quiet and let it be a secret? I don't know.
You guys can guess.
Yeah, you can guess. It's pretty exciting though. That's still.
Yeah, you could. We have on our Discord server. There are people who have tried to do some guesses of what pets could be, and I think no one has gotten it yet. So take it as a challenge. See if you can figure out what we're gonna have.
And I think
pets,
that's exactly what I love about the pets the most. Is that it's something that people aren't gonna guess.
Yeah,
that's very true. I agree with
100%.
that.
It is pretty wild, and we are pretty happy with the concept we came up with. So, well, not we. It was a conjoined effort after Mouse actually came up with the idea. And so we are very excited to show you what we have on the works about pets, because I think you're going to like it. I think you're going to like it.
But yeah, if you guys are interested in pets specifically, we could perhaps tailor our next sneak peek, whether it be on Discord or Twitter, to give you guys a slight hint of what the pets will be like on Bearwood Park. Matthews, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, is asking 3 questions. So the first question is, will there be any RPG features like leveling, quest, and trading system? So this question I feel would be best for Hal to answer. Of course, the rest of the team, feel free to chime in.
Alright, so in terms of RPG features, we really can't say anything about that now. Obviously, we don't want to spoil any big things, but we do want to emphasize that we want to have our gameplay elements be, something that encourages players to keep playing and have fun. Obviously, there's a lot of virtual worlds where you just sit around, chat to friends, and that's it. We want to have something more to our virtual worlds than just, chatting with friends. Unfortunately, for the trading feature, I can confirm that's probably not going to happen simply because
F in the chat for trading.
Yeah, a lot of people do want trading, and trust me, trading would be fun, but there are a couple virtual worlds out there that do have trading and have led to very toxic communities, or they've led to hacking and scamming, or people selling items online for real money, and that's something we don't want to do. So unfortunately, we are not going to have any sort of trading system, which means that if there's going to be a rare item out, you better get it before it, disappears. Another thing that is in a lot of virtual world games is where they have rare items in which an item returns and then never comes back for some unknown reason. I don't think we are going to have a rare item feature because it doesn't seem fair to, block off just like a cool shirt or a cool hat to someone just because they weren't there on this specific month to buy it. Of course, we're going to have special items for, anniversary parties or other sort of special events, but everything should be accessible for the player, no matter how old their account is. I think that'll be very fair for everyone.
We want to implement things that are not as specifically trading, but would have an element of like giving to others in one way. So keep your eyes peeled for that. That one is going to be good.
Definitely will be. And I think what Macy and Hal just said here is very reflective of how the team functions and how we work. So first of all, I want to say, when we first started this project back in May, we didn't really know what to expect. We came together as a team. We knew what our end mission was. We wanted to create a virtual world. And as we're kind of, working through it, as we're working through the logistics of running a virtual world, of growing a community, what we've realized is that it takes a lot of work. And every single decision that we make on the team goes through a very, very thorough discussion and very thorough process. Like the discussion of having a trading system wasn't as simple as saying, oh yeah, no, we're not going to have trading because it's toxic in other virtual worlds. Of course, that was part of our decision process, but we had a very, very long discussion about the pros, about the cons. And at the end of the day, we also take community feedback over anything else. And if when Bearwood Park comes out, we realize that, trading is something that the community really wants, we will look more into it and we'll look into different ways of implementing it. But of course, first and foremost, player fun, player safety, and satisfaction is like our top priority. And also, I want to draw back on what Hal said earlier. When Hal first started answering the question, Hal was talking about how we don't just want you to have a virtual world where you just like chat and move around. Because when we formed Bearwood Park, we asked ourselves, right, what's the issue with other virtual worlds and how do we overcome those issues and how do we be better, right? And one of the first issues that we pinpointed was the fact that some virtual worlds are a bit too sandbox, right? It's like you get thrown into an environment as a player, but there isn't much interactivity with the environment itself. There's not much to do beyond a certain point, and it's fun if you're younger and you're always using your imagination, but it also comes to a point where you want to kind of be guided along quests, along different missions, and you want to have things to do in the park, and that was a top priority. Okay, so the next question from Mateus, is about currency, and he's asking how will currency work? And for this question, I'll go ahead and direct it to Toon.
Hal, since you're also part of the visionary team, you can help me with the specifics. But
Yeah.
We do have a custom currency system planned out at the moment.
So basically, it's gonna work. You have currency, and you can earn these currency through participating within the game, playing mini games and stuff, and you can spend this currency, on cabin, your clothing. We want to have it so that there's an incentive to use your currency. Like there's a lot of games where you can just you rack up all this money and then you have nothing to do it with. So we want to have things where no matter how much in-game currency you have, you can spend it on cool features that.
Gokan mentioned once that he really wanted to have something to do with have something like a deeper currency system, not just like you get coin, you use coin. We don't want to make it extremely complicated. This is still meant to be for younger audiences, even though anybody can enjoy it. So we want to have something that is intuitive, but not complicated, yet interesting for people who want to explore how currency works.
Definitely. And for the longest time, like when I think about currency and like the economy of virtual worlds, I think it would be super cool for Bearwood Park to have us like a very integrated, or not very integrated, but to have a more integrated economy than most other virtual worlds. I feel like there are more interesting ways to earn coins than through mini games, and there are more interesting ways to spend coins and use your coins than just buying items. So I think on those two ends, that's where Bearwood Park has the potential to make it super, super interesting and test out things that other virtual worlds haven't done yet. And let's see, Matthias's last question is, will there be any NPCs, mascots, or stuff like that?
Yes, there will be. There will be a wide variety of NPCs and mascots, and I am very excited for sharing the ones that me and the team have come up with for the game. I think that you all will love them very dearly, and they'll become some of the, coolest parts of the games, including, some of the gaming aspects.
If you're in the official Discord, you've already met one of them.
Yeah, we've shown one of them.
Yeah, you've also
Wow.
seen them in the Bearwood Park release game video as well.
Trix or Azizel in the chat asking whether there will be food. That's a good question. I won't get into the specifics because I don't want to imply, what kind of food places we'll have or what will exist exactly. But I will simply say that there will be food. And I'll leave it at that. And you can kind of scour around our Twitter accounts, our social media accounts, and see what theories you can piece together.
The next one is there going to be a limit on the amount of coins you can earn? From a technical standpoint, there's probably going to be a limit. You cannot just have infinite coins, like possibly infinite currency.
You can reach up to the 32-bit integer of the amount of coins you need.
A whole lot of coins.
Bearwood Park's first trillionaire is where are you guys at?
But there's probably gonna be like a logistical limit, but we don't know. I don't know. Goken, do you think there's gonna be a limit to so that we don't go overboard, so that there's not competitiveness to it?
So I think we won't really have a limit to coins. I think the limiting factor is going to be brought in by the mini games and how much you can potentially earn during one round of a game in some allotted amount of time. I think those constraints are really going to come in through the mini games or through the activities that we offer the community to earn coins through. I think that will establish it. But if you guys can, make the most of your time on the park and make the most of the games that you play, there will be no limit to the amount of coins that you can earn.
I plan on being the richest bear.
There's also a question: is there going to be something similar to Club Penguin igloos or Club Penguin parties? Well, we've said yes to the cabins, and it was one of the questions asked on the thingy. And for parties, who wants to take this one? This one is interesting. This one is fun.
I'd like to say we definitely want to have some sort of events that go on throughout the year. We have ideas for little Bearwood Park holidays because here you can have fun. You can experience little fairs or parties or whatnot. And I think yes, definitely we're going to have little events throughout the game. Not only in Bearwood Park, but outside Bearwood Park. There will be community events that we will do, but then there will also be in-game events.
Ziesel is asking, will the games be mostly multiplayer or single player? So we're going to be integrating games of both types, single player and multiplayer. The balance, we don't really have an idea of yet. I think for beta release, we're looking for at least one of each. But further down the line, I think as a whole, we do emphasize interactivity and interacting with other players in your environment. So I think you will see and should expect a good number of multiplayer games, but for beta you should expect at least one of each. All right.
Another question we got is, well, correct me if I'm wrong, but this game will be good not just for kids but for people older. Well, yes, definitely. We definitely want to make this game totally kid friendly for anybody of like, I don't know, over the age of 13 to be able to enjoy it. But like example, look at the virtual worlds that are still going right now. Most of them rely on nostalgia for people to come back and play. So a lot of us are older and we're still playing the game and still enjoying it. So I think absolutely this game has to have a focus for like adults to still be able to be interested. I don't think every adult will join, but if someone has like, no matter your age, if you want to have fun in the game, you'll be allowed. Just keep everybody safe, and yeah. We had another question here. Will there be any achievements?
This one's Hal. Hal put together a multi-page document of how the system is going to work. Very well thought through. Of course, you don't have to go through everything, but Hal, take it away.
Okay, so I'm going to do a word-by-word transcript of this Google Doc. No, I'm kidding. So we definitely do want to have this because something I loved in virtual worlds I used to play when I was younger was collecting everything. I loved where it was like you collect all the achievements because it shows how much you've grown as a player. So what I think, for example, there will be like collectibles for if you show up an event or you participate in an event, you can get like a little collectible, and or if you do spectacular at a mini game or something like that, you'd get like a little achievement. So little like trinkets that you can collect. I mean, in real life, I am like a trinket collecting fanatic. I love like little things just put on my shelves and whatnot. So I think for players for that, just anyone can just go out and get any achievement that they want, as long as they work towards it. Obviously, some achievements are going to be more difficult than others because they're going to require either more player skill or player luck. But we want something where it's like players can say, "Hey, look, I've mastered this game. I've mastered this mini game, and this is proof of my hard work."
One question is, will there be a beta item? Very simple answer, one word. The answer is yes. I think it wouldn't be a virtual world without a beta item. I feel like that's almost like a fundamental feature or a fundamental thing that people just expect with new games. So yes, you guys can expect a beta item.
Blue Laser Bearwood Park confirmed.
And another question. Okay, so are we going to have species except for bears in the game? So this is a very interesting question, given that the whole virtual world revolves around bears. I think there's always the possibility of adding different species, and this is something that we have talked about as a team. For example, with Club Penguin, you had Herbert, polar bear, crabs, Klutzy. I think it adds dimension to the game. It adds some excitement.
Animal Jam has literally every single animal on this planet.
Exactly.
There's been a lot of people who joked about saying, hey, if on Club Penguin they had a bear villain, how about having a penguin villain on Bearwood Park? And we've seen it a lot, and to be honest, it still cracks me up that that's the logic everybody jumps to. And, well, I mean, we don't know, but we do like the idea of different species.
Also, there's a question about memberships. So I'll take a quick second to answer it, then everybody else feel free to pitch in. So, there's always that point about money and memberships and fees and what will it cost to play this game. And, that's something that we talk about a lot because you can't run a virtual world with no money, plain and simple. You need money to run the servers, to pay the artists, to pay the legal fees, to do many different things. And do we want to have a paywall for like every little thing? No. Do we want to throw sponsored parties in your face every month? No. We want the park to be enjoyable first and foremost. Like our most important focus is making the game fun and enjoyable to play, even if you don't pay for it. We don't want money to be a barrier to having fun like it was on many other virtual worlds. And that's like the number one complaint, is because you can't buy items, you can't have fun. If you can't enjoy your time on Bearwood Park without spending money, then the team, we know that we're doing something wrong. But will there be some paid features? Yes. Will there be a membership or other sorts of transactions? We haven't sorted that out exactly. We're going to be working through, various models that we may be able to implement, whether it's a membership system whether it's some sort of system where you can buy premium currency. But to be honest, I think we ruled that out a while ago. But there's many options on the table. If you guys have suggestions, feel free to leave them. But there will be paid content because we do need money to run the game, but we're not going to let it prevent you from having fun. In the chat, we have a couple questions about, programmers and roles at Bearwood Park. So, and Snickerdoodle is asking, what kind of positions are we looking for in particular? So, right now, our main priority is programmers. We have a huge design team, which is amazing, but I think our smallest team at the moment is the programming team. We're looking for more programmers, and Zizo is asking how much experience do you think they should have. So I think you should be very, very, very comfortable with JavaScript. ES6 JavaScript, be able to use libraries such as Phaser or Pixie or Create.js, have experience with MongoDB, be able to, push and pull on GitHub, be able to, work on repos together. So that extent of experience would be super helpful, and also just the ability and willingness to learn very quickly, because the library that we are using to build Bearwood Park, there's a sort of steep learning curve to it. There's a lot that goes into, understanding how the library works. But if you're willing to put in the work and the hours that it takes to learn this library, and to also, hone in your craft of JavaScript, then we would love to have you on the team. And there are a few people in the chat, asking about learning JavaScript. I'll keep the answer very brief. So if you're willing to take on the challenge and want to test out your JavaScript skills, I would recommend that you learn on Codecademy. Codecademy is a great resource. Also, if you want to learn Phaser, they have a whole documentation. They have like an intro tutorial, and there are also several websites online that go through Phaser tutorials. So I would recommend going through that. And if you want to, show your skills, build a very simple game in Phaser and just show me what you got. Simple as that.
We have a question from Zena that says, how are you going to ensure the safety of younger/minor members?
Well, of course, we same way we have on the inside of our Discord channel, we are going to have a lot of filters. The moment anything that could be taken as inappropriate, the moment anyone reports to us that something is inappropriate, we'll find a way to patch things to make it work so that, things are safe. The moment anyone gets doxxed, we probably will have a separate side of the team that will, well, not doxxed. That was a very big stretch. The moment someone gets attacked, the Bearwood Park team would immediately go forward to solve the issues. We do take safety very seriously. I personally I'm not the one dealing with the safety, but I'm pretty sure that we're gonna have very secure measures.
Yeah,
yes.
And to elaborate, we do comply with COPA,
Yeah.
however you pronounce
Exactly
it.
what I was about to say.
So, of course, minors' safety is going to be, taken very seriously. Of course, you're going to need, if you're under 13, you're going to need your parents' permission to sign up. We're going to have, we are going to have chat filters, and we're not going to have mature servers because we don't want to run the risk of children being exposed to something that could be dangerous. So we are going to have chat filters, and we're going to make sure that these chat filters work in keeping bad words out, but not making it so you can't speak at all. I've been on some virtual worlds, you couldn't even say the phases of the moon or something silly like that, I remember. Or you couldn't add you couldn't use special symbols like an exclamation point without the whole message getting censored. So we do want to have chat filters. As for other things, at any time, any user can request for their account to be deleted if they need their account deleted. We take user safety very seriously, and we, of course, take staff safety very seriously. We want to make sure everything is encrypted, which it is, and we want to emphasize that we do definitely try our best to make sure that everything is secure and safe. Unfortunately, we know that there are a lot of virtual worlds that do get targeted because the people who run them don't really care much about player safety. But we are going to, we are putting safety first and foremost because no one should feel like they are being threatened on this game. I could, say a couple more things about Bearwood Park. I think I saw a question about, is there going to be a mobile release? We'd like to have cross-platform so you can play Bearwood Park both on your computer and on your phone. That would be pretty fun. You can play Bearwood Park on the go. So we definitely are considering a mobile port in case anybody is wondering, or if anyone cannot play on their computer, they can play on their phone.
This first stream, this first podcast, thank you for tuning in, everyone. I think it went very well, and I'm very happy to see the turnout that we had. The questions were fantastic. It was a really fun time, and I'm glad that we were able to answer a lot of you guys' questions. And if you have any more questions, join our Discord server. I'm assuming you guys are already there, though. And feel free to ping us, message us if you have any questions about the game, and we would be more than happy to answer. And we all definitely hope to see you at our next podcast.
Hope you guys have a great morning, night, evening, whatever.
We love all our supporters.
And with that, guys, have a good night. Thank you for tuning in, and we will
Thank you
see
for tuning in.
Thanks.
again.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for joining.